Alright, so this video is something that I wanted to finish a little bit sooner, obviously before going into 10.6, but I still think it's worth looking at, and what I'll do is I'll recommend some suggestions for changes or updates, if you wanted to still play the lists for 10.6, but this is going to be my top 6 decks for 10.5, and it's a little bit of a recap because although it was one of my least favorite months to play in the last couple years, it was one of my most successful months as a channel and as well as a creator. So I wanted to have a look at some of the decks because some of them were just really fun, right? And to start it off, I think you guys know, we'll go to the Shield Wall deck here. So with this one, huge meta breaker. What started off as an idea turned into what I ran into in the ladder for a lot of last month. Now, this deck doesn't work the way that it does last season because of the nerf to Erendite, so you can no longer play this card within this deck. However, there are some substitutes you could put, maybe Summoning Circle, maybe you can put like a Selkirk, something of that sort, just in the 9-piece slot. You can get pretty creative with it. The idea is to look for something ideally that does a little bit of control if you're making the substitute, but this deck had extremely strong 2-0 potential, and I think that it's still playable this season if you can substitute this and make it work with something else, right? So that's pretty much it with this one here. Lots of fun. That's going to be the first game that we feature, and I'll put a link to each deck guide in the description below so that if you guys want to reference several games of gameplay with more live commentary and see the deck list there, it'll pull you to this page, right? So this deck wasn't one of my popular ones for last season, but it was definitely one of my favorites, and I found incredible synergy with Rune Mage and Alchemy because this card here creates a Stribog Runestone, which is an Alchemy card, which procs the bonded effect of the Crow Clan Preachers, and you can imagine when these are bonded, they each boost each other by 2 each, at the same time when we play an Alchemy card. So you want to have as many of these out there as possible, but then when we play Rune Mage, and now we have the ability to create 5 different things to choose from, there's a really good chance that we're going to be pulling double Alchemy cards in a turn, right? An Alchemy that makes an Alchemy. It's kind of the plan that we want to do, and multiple ways to do it, right? Rune Mage creates a Runestone. We have a Runestone here. We get a 3rd Runestone off Bride of the Sea, and there was a couple instances where you could play with Scenario and Truffle on the board up to 5 Alchemy cards in one turn. Now, if these are each boosting by 2, and we've got 2 or 3 of these out there, you can imagine how many points that is. So tons of fun with this one. It still had control. What I did in the version that you're going to see today is I substituted Karathi Heatwave in for Morkvarg, just because sometimes you want to get rid of a scenario, sometimes you want to get rid of something else permanently, and maybe Morkvarg isn't the answer, right? We're not usually taking it back with Fukusha, so I made the swap there, but other than that, the list feels really good to me, and again, I put some considerations there of what you could do, right? Karathi Heatwave, Draco Turtle, remove Crow Mother maybe, or Morkvarg, doesn't matter. You could even run this Gone and Heatwave and Morkvarg, right? So plenty of options with this one. We'll feature a game for you guys with this today. And this deck doesn't have any changes for 10.6. It looks the exact same as it would have been, right? So you could actually play this now, and I think it would still do just fine. So have a look at that one. So this would be my Vampires deck for 10.5, but I think it still holds true for 10.6, and a lot of different opinions come about on how to play Vampires. This is my take on it. This is my hard take on it. I like more of a control variant. I don't like the greedy ones as much. However, fan service, I put in a greedy version here, so you can do what you want with that. Couple different changes to make it have a few more Vampires, and of course, just more point focused, whereas I like to have a bit more control of what we're doing on the playing field. Now, if you look at the deck here, you'll notice that Erendite did get a nerf, so this will be over by 1 provision when you try to import it. A change that you can make to make it work would be maybe taking something like the Dragaray and nudging it down to a 5 provision, or taking one of the 5 provisions, which I don't mind taking something like one of the Neckarats and bumping it down to a 4. and that could be your choice. I really don't know at this point what I'd run. Maybe Spores, maybe a tech of choice like a movement tech or something like that. You know, you can get pretty creative with it, but I don't think it will ultimately change much on the deck. So keep that one in mind here, guys. Really fun deck to play. You just work towards a huge build-up in the end with like a 20-point plus play with the Regis and a huge Erendite swing. And, you know, with less focus on Erendite, it might be less anticipated, and the opponent won't be forcing as much for round control, maybe in round 1. So you should get a lot of value from this play and finish up very strong. So definitely give this one a try, guys. Some gameplay footage here with more games, and of course I'll include this link in the description as well below. So this one's not one of my more innovative lists, but it's certainly one of my strongest ones for last season, and I still think it holds true for this season here. There won't be any changes at all for provisions or anything, or even effects of the cards from 10.5 to 10.6. So if you're looking for a deck to just hop in and play, this could be really good still, and it has an answer to most things. So this one, really cool that it was featured in the Gwent Open Qualifiers top 16, and, you know, card for card was played. My version's a little bit different than the TLG Meta Report version. I have Torville. I just find that Rope Punish is actually very nice to have, especially with relics being so common within, you know, matchups on the ladder. Think about last season, think about this season so far with Triss. There's a lot going around, and I opted to put Vial of Forbidden Knowledge in mine because a lot of people are running it, so it's a really good deck peak, and it's also a really good thin for a deck that normally lacks consistency, right? Especially when we're clogging it up on purpose with the Vendane, we want to have a little bit more thinning. So, you know, obviously we have a lot of top-heavy cards. We have to play these. It just makes sense to have something budget that could do that. Worst case scenario, we play it from hand. We have the 4 boost, 4 vitality that we could put on something like an Elven Swordmaster or maybe a Commando or something like that that comes off the Feigned Death. So very clean list. I also put in a Squirrel that wasn't in the other list. I felt like the Squirrel was just really important, and still is, because there will be a lot of units in Grave and a lot of Echo cards in Grave that we just want to remove from the game altogether. So definitely look at it there. And yeah, I might play more of this for Serious Climbing this season, but I think it's definitely worth a try if you haven't tried Elves so far. So this one here is my bounty deck for last season, and I've been working on this one since 10.3. So this is 10.5 version, but I think it's still pretty much the same playable for 10.6. We can talk about the one change maybe that we can make to this deck to make it playable right now towards the end of the segment. But basically what we're doing here is we have a deck that just does about everything, right? I called it Golden Techer. Sounds like a failed wordplay, but it was meant to be a Golden Necker tech, right? But it works just well for most things. So we've got engine removal with a couple cards. We've got tall removal. We've got big point swings with the Seas, and, you know, the Scoundrel Slam. We've got thinning with Cobb. We've got thinning with Knickers. We've got thinning with the Kree. So it's fairly consistent. And then we've got a really good core Firesworn package in the bronze end, which just spits out points. So we could pretty much buy around off the bronzes and then just play around off the golds. And Syndicate has some of the best golds, in my opinion, in the game, right? They're expensive, but they work. So this is pretty much it here. Now, we did lose a provision. This leader got nerfed to, would have been, what, 14 provisions now instead of 15? A couple of options. You could switch leader to, like, Blood Money or something like that, but I'd probably keep it at off the books. And I would probably just go and take, maybe one mage goes down to a 4, because sometimes you keep over profiting and it feels awkward. Or you can take Knickers and put a 6, but I kind of like the thin. So I'd probably take one of these mages down, right? I think Kurt's too valuable, right? Because the flexibility and all that, this can go for a 4, right? There's so many things you could put in the 4 slot that won't make much of a difference. Little Spores, little tech of choice, I don't think it matters. But that's what you have here for this one. And we got one more to go for the video here. And we got Masquerade Ball coming up here. This one's a little bit different, right, than the typical Masquerade Ball deck. Oftentimes you want to go Devotion. I say no, forget about it. Let's go ND, because there are so many good cards in the game that are non-Devotion. One of which would be Ring of Favor. It helps a deck that otherwise has a really poor round 1 speed up a little bit, which is super important, right? Ring of Favor is one of those cards that you don't really auto-include anymore. However, it's just one of those cards that really suits this deck because we take a lot of slow tempo plays. We get a big 20-point swing. It might cost us, you know, or it might give us the round one. So I like that we can save all the golds for later on and get the perfect combo, right? Being able to play something like the Yan Calvite, where early on in the game allows us to make sure that we're pulling our cards in order from highest to lowest provision, so we can make sure that we have all the big plays to, you know, outwit our opponent later on. Now, it's got no shortage of control options, right? Vincent's a great removal tool. Yennefer's Invocation's one of my favorite removals in the game. We've got utility with Cadaverin. You can do some pretty cool stuff with this and other poisons like Cupbearer. You've got a Purify on this as well, so we've got that covered here. We've got some locks from this and the leader, so we're playing against a lot of weird engine decks. This will destroy hand buff still, so keep that in mind. Just lots of cool things going around. Teshem, Mutinous Sword, it's kind of the wild card for this deck. This card got a complete rework for 10.5, and it still remains the same in 10.6. Damage a unit by 5, repeat once for each status it has. We can give multiple statuses poison, purify, or poison, bleeding. You could put like dooms, you could put lock, right? Tons of stuff like that. So we have really good removal reach with a card like this if we can't complete a kill with a poison or something like that. We've got another removal here, so just a powerhouse for removal. Still has consistency with stuff like Blightmakers, so I'm really liking this deck. It's still playable, I believe, in 10.6. You might change a thing or two to suit your own playstyle, but I would probably keep it pretty well the same. So definitely give this one a try if you're looking to deal with a lot of these self-poison decks, and you're looking to deal with a lot of these hand buff decks. These would be two really good matchups just off the top of my head, right? Because they're self-poisoning, we're completing that poison. You know? They're self-poisoning, we're just getting so good value off the Thirsty Dames. So, definitely worth giving a try here. And as far as provisions go, this looks like it would just be the same as it was last season. So you're good to just import this one to your game and start playing today. What I'll be doing is playing one game with each. These are games that are new for this video. They're not part of other deck guides, just fresh gameplay. And you could see how each deck pilots for yourself. And let me know in the comments down below which deck is your favorite from these ones here. Which deck was your favorite from last season? And what decks do you want to see more of this season? And that's pretty much it. I got a couple deck guides coming up for 10.6 very shortly. I'll be getting to them right after this, so stay tuned for those. And as you can see, guys, I've been doing more of the live stream stuff. So if you want to catch me live, you want to hang out like that, and you know, just get to know each other, whatnot, see some deck construction in real time, make sure to look out for those live streams. Hit the notification bell. Really goes a long way with that. And of course, we have one of the fastest growing Gwent community discords. So if you're interested in being part of that and taking your game to the next level, there's a lot of smart people in there that are going to help you, you know, take your game to that next level. So feel free to hop into the Discord. But that's pretty much it for now. Let's get into the video, and I'll see you tomorrow. So first up here we got Northern Realms, and this has to be one of my favorite decks of the season just because it did so much, right? This deck was everywhere, and it's probably one of the biggest accomplishments. I think Scale can go for now. We need something to break the shields, right? We'll put Ragnar back for here, then we'll put Knickers back, and it's not the hand that I want, but it's not bad. I think that they're going to be... just like your typical off the books with maybe Mariels and Philippa to take care of it, but we'll see. Could be Bounty as well. I'm glad because what we lack in the tempo here, like from not having any engines, we're getting back in the fittings. Okay, so I mean, that does play for an extra 3 points. I don't know if it's worth locking, though. It's got to be, I think it's this. We'll probably leave it 6 or 5. I mean, we just got to be careful here. I want Erendite to actually do something good. So it means we kind of have to play a little bit longer than we'd like to. I just don't want to get caught with junk and misplaying it. So we'll take maybe this play here. Okay, that's whatever. They're off by 2. Taking an early ring feels bad. Okay, I think we'll just keep doing something like this, you know. $33. Yeah, we don't have to use anything else here. We're still waiting. We've got the 14 points of carryover sitting there, so it's not all bad. Erendite's getting decent, right? 4 for 4 so far. There's that with Adrenaline, which is kind of bad. Might be one of the things that we just lock. Because if they're running that, I don't think they're running Freak Show. Here, we'll just give ourselves some extra points. Maybe we could find a bit more room.
Deals can be filed within 7 years.
$13 on ring. I don't think they have ring. But then again, they might just be 9 and under 2. They haven't really shown us that they're not, right? It's not a huge lead, but I think if they play one card for 5 or 6 points, then we might get them to have to play a gold card after if we pass on them. Okay, yeah. So Junior was played, but they're still not ahead. I don't know. I think that's a pass for me. Because they take the carryover on that, but now they have to try in 2-0. I think Peller can go, right? So play an artifact, a unit, a special. Okay. So far, so good. I don't think we're going to need this. Okay. At least we can guarantee it's what we want for an artifact. This puts them in a bad spot because now they have to bleed. You know, I really want Dandelion, but I don't want them to grab it. top units. I think we can just be a little careful here. I just don't want to go and take Golden Necker just yet, because if I pulled this, it's kind of bad. If they keep playing, though, I might have to play Dandelion. That's 3 shields pop off. We get the 2 boosts. That's okay. I just feel like Decrease too valuable, whereas this is not bad. And if we pull Ragnar, it's not even horrible because like we get this, it's carryover. And we can keep card advantage. And we can get Erendite on top. We gotta stay strong ahead. That's perfect. That's perfect. We'll take the Adepts, right? Gotta be careful though, because if they have Mariels, that's a good removal. Now, this is what I'm talking about. Kaer Seren basically boosts whatever in deck. It has the carryover. Then we can just take it, you know? So 10 points on the Erendite. Yeah. So that'll inspire Dandelion, basically. But I don't think we care at this point, because Dandelion's not coming out. Maybe we just go. We inspire... We probably inspired this. Yeah. And just slam it last say. Yeah. Okay. I think this is kind of... That's kind of you know? This is a good play to start with. It's just 4 turns kind of sucks, you know? Here. Four points per turn if we get this started sooner. I'm thinking we go Immortals, Sork, Windhelm. Because Dandelion doesn't matter. I mean, it matters, you know, because we're going to be pulling the Ragnar, but... There. Okay, that's out of the way, I suppose. Here. Let's let it fly. There was an argument to go and take this first, but it's like... For the 1 point on the first turn versus the 2 points, it's a hard one. That might be the move. Nah, we could do better with Erendite. It's just we gotta stay... If I kill this, they bring it back again. That's the problem. So I'd have to kill this. But this isn't really worth killing because there's nothing else that they're really going to go and take from that. So I think it's going to be Dandelion. And we'll just kind of focus on getting this here. We're not ahead this turn, but maybe the next turn we can get ahead. And we'll just put Keldar down and see if we can get that done. Okay. Sure. I mean, like, that's like the last one they take back, right?
Tell me what you see. Be specific, will you?
They have Philippa, that's horrible. However, they don't have a lot of room for it anyways. I think what I'll do is boost it next turn regardless. I don't think they have poison removal. I think that's the only tall punish, so... This card's like a 5-point turn, though. They're going for it, so they have it. They have it. Yeah.
You'll suffer the consequences of your foolishness.
It's painful.
I hate it. No, you pendulum. I'm much better at that.
We're holding on to quite a few points, and they don't have any coin left. So I'm hoping that them taking that is just the end of it. Ragnar's huge. 3.
Best not play with
They don't have enough, yeah. Go ahead and boost that. I think we just play this for points here.
Where is Sabrina?
2 and the 1. We're so lucky that Ragnar's the top card. It was a 50-50 that we won. Now, unfortunately, round 3, we got no value on Erendite. I just didn't see a better time to do it. We'll play Erendite first. Just so we get the extra point on the Ragnar. It's 4 bounty. I guess. They can flip 2. Or boost 2. They don't want to use this. There, it's full. Good. So we'll remove something from the front row. Probably this. Honestly, they take a tribute, they get 2 coin. Yeah. It's a little safer. Should be 3 boost all. Okay. We gotta make about 20 points. I think we got it, guys. So they'll flip. They should have flipped first for the extra point. Right? I guess it doesn't matter. Yeah. Here. We got order on it too. There we go. Easy. And next up we got Precision Strike. Gonna be using my Alchemy Druids deck for 10.5. And honestly, I think it's gonna be a pretty challenging matchup, right? We have to get our engines down, and the whole time they just want to remove them, so. This could be good for an Erendite. This could be good for just round 1 win con, right? Makes them use something expensive. I don't think they're going to have Heatwave in this version, so... We'll put back something I don't want to play. Probably that. So if I have to, I'll make 3 for the Drakkar. Should just be kind of good. Gross.
That might even be amusing.
One, 2, 3, and 4. Then we just get killed by Sensor. Actually, that could be a problem. We gotta be careful.
So
Sensor could be in the deck. Put back, I think we dump this. It's starting to look like I just don't have the tempo to stay in it for round 1, which really sucks. They're just super aggro with it here. We'll play to 7, I think. Because I don't want to give them much value for the Erendite, right? I also don't want to just play anything here. Like Squirrel, we kind of don't want to play yet. This, here, I'll play this. I'll play this. We'll bring it back, you know? Unbelievable, though. Look, 13 provisions, 10 provisions, 7, 9, 5, 5. Give me a break, you know? I think that they would probably try and tempo pass on that specific turn. So far, Erendite's just pure value, too. So let's see if we can get a defending hand. I don't think they'll ever play it in this round. That's the problem. I really don't. We won't be bonding these up. But Rain's pretty good for this, to get one of these. We still dump it there. They should probably be trying the 2-0. That's not even a big deal. It's not that one I was looking for. I want to play Truffle. Okay, we've got the one, they'll kill it. We can bring it back. And then we've got this one. So we can afford to play this. Yeah, that's fine. So it'll set it up. I just want to get carryover with Truffle just in case, right?
Never had your kneecap broken.
This plays for 4 points if I take. It's also very slow. I think I'm supposed to take this here.
Her who was virgin, mother, and crone.
If they take an early sensor, we'll take a heat wave. I'm gonna play this now, otherwise we might get caught, and I don't want to be bled out of it. Like, I want to keep card advantage here. I think it's important. Because I don't think the whole scenario play works well anyways. Of course, the thing is, I was convinced that they just didn't have access to it. Now we're in big trouble. Like, I need squirrel bad. How can I get it? Maybe we gotta take mage. Yeah, and try and find a scald.
Hey, listen here.
Okay.
Listen well.
That's what we'll do. We'll play the Scald game. I gotta get that squirrel. Because that could be win or lose. Like, look at this. 8 points.
Don't you pester me.
We'll get Crow Mother back. Oh my. Summon all copies from the graveyard if you hold an alchemy card. It doesn't work like that. 4, Bloodthirst 2, damage 6. We don't have Bloodthirst 2. Boost self by 1 for every. We don't. 4 in armor. 5. It's probably going to be this. So we don't even need to proc the scenario, but at the same time we lose card. And they get back Rune Mage, and they get the sword worth like 20 points. Okay, well not 20 points, but you know what I mean. This is good. I think that can go. We'd be taking back, I guess, one of these to get one of these, right? Here, we're going to put it, though. Yeah, that's better. We'll bring back a Scald with the rain, too.
Magic is a curse, a blessing, and progress.
Now, I don't think it's impossible that we win. I think it's just difficult.
This is our land, Dwan. You're not welcome here.
That's gotta be a heat wave. They could be taking Sim, right? Okay. So following this, we'll take Fukusha. Yeah. Definitely. Definitely. That's scary.
I could drown you in a single drop.
Take Fukusha, and I think it's gotta be... It's gotta be Scald here, right? Scald for the discard.
Hey, listen here.
Nice.
Listen well. Crack and eat me girly. Looky here.
And then we can go and we can take Bride back into Freya's, into potentially another Scald? No, there's no more discard stuff. It'll be either Protector or Preacher. Preacher's got like the highest ceiling, I guess. Yeah, because we've got the truffle. Yeah, we'll do it that way.
Time for you to die, Dwan.
Free me. Lift me to the sky.
There's stone. Stone's cool, but at least we know what we're getting with this. Actually, it plays right into Erendite anyways, you know? Yeah. What am I kidding? Let's just use what we might be able to generate more points with. Druid summon 3. We can go wider with the points. It's probably safer. Now I'm starting to feel like we might win this game. If they take Erendite early off that to prevent Bonded, we're okay. We'll take it back.
Best drown yourself with those.
I don't click it because it just doesn't make sense. Yeah, we should win this game, right?
Modern Freya is patient, but she brooks no insult.
You played all your cards, let me play all mine. I'll cut the rest of this one out. I wanted to do this for you guys though to show you. Basically, we'll play the 8, we'll bond it for 10 because they killed it. And then we'll get the heal plus the 6, so 7 points off the truffle. And the game wasn't even close. Because I could see here 24 points, it would be 34 plus the 6 plus the 1. Yeah. Alright, and next up here we got Skellige, Rage of the Sea. And there's going to be a lot of stuff we need to answer, right? But okay. You think we just go and we take this away? Or the Melusine? We'll have to decide. These are really good for getting ahead early. I think we put that back. This back as well. And it is round 1 after all, so maybe that. For an opening hand, I don't mind just playing a squirrel. We have an awkward hand, so I'm going to take Oniro. We'll take Oniro into Operator, into, you know, the Flutter, just because otherwise it feels kind of weird. We're going to get thinned out a little bit here, right?
Fill our hearts with roar.
If I could save a leader charge from using an Alp, it's probably preferred, right? Yeah, Then we'll just use the order with the second one, and then maybe just dish off an Undying Thirst and get out of the round. I gotta make sure we actually win the round one, but we don't commit more than what we need to. It's gonna be a tough matchup.
Accept our sacrifice!
They click that, they get a really good trade on that. Toad Prince seems like something you just want to do, but I just don't think that I'm going to. It's, it could be faster, right? That's faster. And then we should just win off the bronze. Probably on this one. Now, they play, we pass, I believe. But if they run Heatwave, then they get a free round win. I just find that when I'm playing Rain,
This mess
I'm having a very difficult time to fit a Heatwave with everything else. So I'm gonna say that we don't play. Just from my experience, right? I don't think they have the Heatwave. And they obviously missed Melusine because they would have played it by now. Yeah. So we should be good. 5 and 4. They're going to have to play another card. So they just say no. Okay. Alright, so we got Deadeye Ambush coming up here next. And I want to try this one again. Right? I felt like the last game was just a little short. Even though we got the win, we'll just stick them together. Aaron Knight can go back. This is okay, you know? Squirrel for an Oniro? Or for a Waylay? Okay, so all we need now... All we need now is a, you know what I'm talking about. A flutter. This is card for card. The same as the deck guide I put up a few days ago. And this deck actually was part of my list for today, the top 5 of the month. And it was brought to the Gwent qualifiers the other day. Top 16 qualifiers. I'm going to put this down. Take this. We'll take that. We gotta put something back now. You know... Oh. What did I put back? What did I put back? An operator? Okay, fine. Fine. It's just chatting and roping, basically. We gotta do this a little weird for the cooldown, then. Well, it's a spawn. It's spawn, so it doesn't really matter. Here. I'll take out this. I think it's more important. Gotta make it all symmetrical, right? I think Deadeyes are what we want to eliminate. And then we should just be able to play Alps and get out. I think. Keeps these out of waylay range as of yet. You know? Yeah. Do we ever bleed out scenario round 2? We gotta be creative here with it. I think we still just do this. 3 is actually good. Just because this gets more value with the cooldown. But they get a good waylay here if they take it right now. Which is the tough part about it. There's that too. The ailerons out of the way. We still have a pretty good hand here, you know? I think Truffle's actually safe to play. It's not a roll lock card, so... But still, they have Torviel, so we'll split it up a little bit. Right? So what have we seen? 1, 2, and 3. One of those, one of those. Still a lot to go, you know? Erendite's out of 5, that's out of 5. Like, that's what keeps me in the round, basically. They'll do a flip, but the good thing about it is that this will go away. And this will go away. So they might get a flip here, which is like whatever. I guess put it on this one so we get the most bleeding. And that's our way to leave, I think. Up by 20 points, plus the 2, they get some points back off the flip. Now, Heatwave is really good for them. Isengrim's okay. I just don't think we can afford to play. So they've budgeted this out. Okay. You know, it's probably just that. Now, we know we're going to be drawing decently, right? Because we've got the Oniro. Squirrel can go. Erendite's not bad here. But they have Squirrel, and they're probably waiting for it. But, again, if they're being bled, maybe they don't have room to play it. Let's put back that for now. Put back Squirrel for now. I think I'm supposed to take Incubus.
Share the night, share the love.
If I think I'm going to lose card, we'll get out, but I want to see Scenario at least. Like, there's a lot of things. We got to get Scenario, we got to get Verno, we got to get Isengrim, we got to get, like, What was the other guy? Yarpin? No, not Yarpin. It's too early for this. The one that damages by each elf on the row. Yarpin's the dwarf. Yavin, there you go. Kind of wish you have Squirrel at this point. Venadane could be a thing. The scenario is a thing too. We probably just take Heatwave off it, right?
Don't dare.
Because we can lock the, yeah. Yeah, I'm fine with that. We gotta really put on the pressure here. And this turns off too, which is nice because this is on their side of the playing field, and this won't die. So it's just the dead engine. And since we had Truffle carryover,
Why should I, an elf, a sage, converse
2 and
with an
4.
ape? Cursed racists.
Yeah. Here. Since we had the Truffle carryover, it's probably worth a take. I think that they have Heatwave in hand, but you can never be certain. I mean, it's not coming with us, right?
Time to die. I'll do so sword in hand.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They take the Yavin.
We were not the ones to start this war.
You know, here's the thing. Toe Prince is pretty good, but I just... This one extra turns for this and for this, right? But I think if we play any more, we're screwed. Because we want to make sure we... Good.
No mercy!
So they played the Simlas play, they played the Isingram play, and they played Scenario, Torviel, Yavin. So that's as lucky as we're gonna get, guys. I'm really happy with that bleed. See, the Spores was coming. Yeah, the Heatwave could have been a thing too, right? If they used a leader charge on that past turn, they would have been up, and it would have been kind of awkward for me, but it's fine now. Good. I don't know how effective one flutter will be in this round, right? Kind of good, because this, you know? There's nothing better to play. Here. We'll put down... We probably float it first, because then we get longer Detlef value. Oh, we're definitely locking that first. They're going to try and win off that.
Gag them. Dwan will not be heard.
I kind of want to remove it.
Mankind is a virus, a plague.
I don't know what that little aggro push was with the leader.
Cursed racists.
Okay, I'll play this. Then we'll take the 2 off this. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe just to keep Erendite out of play. Maybe that was it. Yeah. Here. So we know they have Verno and something. Heatwave? This actually makes Vernal less effective. Drain by 3 though. Nah, we'll use this, right? Yeah. They should play it on ranged at that point. There we go. Alright, so next up here we got Scoia'tael Precision Strike, and we're going to be playing my Deadeye Ambush deck, and I think that we actually have a pretty good shot. Like, we have a good chance here. We'll put back these two. Spores might not do a lot, but there's a chance that they do have Ring of Favor, right? Yeah, Waylay can probably go. Holy. It's, for each Sultan in the starting deck. That's right. Do I just take... I'm just trying to figure out if I should take Simlas now or wait. I think I'm just going to take Venedane. Put this one back in. We do have Heatwave though, so maybe it is Spores that goes. And we just gotta clip these down as soon as possible. Just waylay off 1, 2, you know what I mean? They're gonna try and flip 3 of them, I think, soon. So we're on borrowed time with this. Okay. Wow. It's like it can't be quick enough, you know? Damage, damn it. Okay. We just have to accept that. So, I gotta play another Waylay. Such a dumb... Because Air Knight's just gonna get so much value, right? So they tempo on us, and then we have to deal with that crap. Like, we're actually better off passing now, losing at 7, and defending a bleed to shut down the Erendite, because if we played a 4, then we give them the long round they're looking for. Yeah, I think we just do it this way. Luckily, our hand is very good. You know what I mean? We'll put this away. I think we put this away as well. Squirrel doesn't do much unless they play Erendite this round, which then it would be massive. That sucks. I don't want to I don't want to jam scenario just yet. And we also can't fish for Alyssa just yet. I think we take scenario. Because a lot of times they will have Heatwave. But I also want to get a Waylay off of it, right? So it's not all bad. Yeah, they do just push. So they're going to take company here, probably. We got the... Wow. I can remove 2 of them, they'll still flip 3 of them. I guess we'll just do it afterwards, you know? Like, they'll do the flip this turn here, but... You do a lot of damage, though. Torviel. I say Torviel, but it's really Torviel. I don't know. Here we go. Oh, it's Brewer. When you expect the worst. 11 points. 3, 6, 7. It still has 4. We take Heatwave. And then we actually get ahead by 1 point, which is clean. And then if they go take the flip, they lose points because they've boosted this already. So I don't think that they're going to. Could be wrong, though. I don't see why they wouldn't.
We've lived in isolation for too bloody long.
Either way, I think we just strip the armor, get that over with. 3, let's take out a Rowdy. There's the waylay we're looking for. And now we got room to take the carryover play, right? So Alyssa comes in here. And we've got 2 copies in grave, right? It sucks that by taking that, we shut down that, but it is what it is. I think we got enough value off of it. It plays into Tall Punish. You see? What do we want to take? I think Yavon's actually an exception. Like, it's something we could just do, you know? 4. This is at 7. Yeah. It doesn't get the value right now, but it gets the value throughout, like, later. You know, it's an engine. Do I care about resilience? I think I can afford to play something like this. I just don't know. I'm trying to preserve 1 and 2, like, by any means, you know? So for that reason, we'll go and we'll take it like this. Okay. We gotta play the squirrel just because it's like the worst card in the hand. And we'll give them Verno, but we won't give them Simlas. I don't think we need to either way. It's an 8. They knew it too. They knew it. Okay. That's about as far as they can go. Vernal first does turn on the commando, which is kind of nice, but obviously Simlas is just too many points. We got the 4 waylays here. Even if we don't have a target, we still get, you know, waylay value. And they haven't really led in this round, so Erendite It doesn't really feel that great for them. We get 58 points. Now, as long as I don't pull these waylays, we're just doing fine. Okay, we know what to mulligan. Yeah, it's whatever, you know? Would have been nice to have this in round 2, though. Oh, Nero's going to be into probably an engine. Or maybe archer. I don't think they're going to be giving vitality to anything. We're just going to play that. We don't care about resilience. Transform. I don't think they have a way of using this anymore. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. It seems like overkill, but if I'm missing something, they played the initial one plus the one off Phila, right? If they Alyssa and replay it, that's a big problem. So I think I take now just to be safe.
Why should I, an elf, a sage, converse with an ape?
Because this one does take 3 anyways. Hit the Simlas. Ah, okay. I had an idea. And we'll just hit for the best we can here. I was thinking if they hit this down to a 1, we could take this on ranged and get 2 Deadeye. So it's Erendite and something. Our best play is going to be... They play Erendite here. Best play is going to be what? Spores for 4. This for 6. This for 5. So we're taking... we're going to take this. Bowman Finisher. And we'll just use Leader. I don't see a line where they win this. Yeah. Okay, we got Nature's Gift coming up next, and I think we're a day early for the patch. Gift's gonna be getting a little bit of support, I think, for 10.6. A little bit of reworks. I think it'll help them a little bit, but I don't know. We'll have to see. But that's another discussion. I just posted a patch notes video if you guys haven't seen it. But we got a couple things to do here. So Firesworn. We need a Firesworn unit. Otherwise we can't play this. I'll put this back. Okay. And we just happen to go first. They will likely rebuke. But I think we can afford to just lay down the engines, get the framework down. Call into Dunka. Problem is that Dunka only boosts a Scoia'tael unit in our hand. If I take Philippa with it though, we get the extra points for damage, which is kind of attractive. An alternative would be to take something like Freak Show, but they just answer Freak Show right after. So I don't think it's worth going for. Whereas this is just like an easy take, you know? And then we can just hold it and wait till we play something, like, they play something better. Like, this damaging down, let's say, a Sorceress at Oplathana, being able to finish that with one of the mages is pretty good, you know? There's damaging that, too. I think I kind of want to rebuke, like, take away the rebuke, because if they have Force Protector and they go and they take one, then we're in trouble, yeah? Because, like, look, everything's in around that 5-4 power, so... yeah, let's just say. Now they have to set it up a little bit more, play a second rebuke before they could take the Protector for the third rebuke, you know? We deal with some of these problems. I thought about something horrible. I can play... look, I can give this bounty and get 1 coin so that we could take this. Or we can bait a rebuke. I think it's a bit better. I do that because obviously on a pass or end turn they're going to be getting 2 points, so that 1 coin plays for 2 points.
War will be our downfall. This I have seen.
Okay, better idea. They're trying to get the double caress going, you know?
The soil is fertile with magic, and dead to one.
Simlas for that is really bad. It also takes away our hard work here. But if I go and spend this, it's horrible. And this is horrible. Maybe that's where we let them just do what they gotta do, you know? Yeah, because I want to deal with Ethne and all that if they're devotion, and other stuff if they're not. Okay, at least we can get out a gold card here. It's got to be a gold card, I think. Caress plays for 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, wow. Yeah, I forgot about leader. Even tempering does it. Sure, whatever. We would have just lost on tempo because of that whisperer, so I don't feel bad about it. These are going to do wonders for us. I think I actually put back this. It's bugged. There you go. A lot of stuff I'd like to pull, but I don't think we can pull. Here, we'll take this for carryover. Yeah, and then we'll just lay down the framework. Like, I think we should just be okay if we can get our engines down early. This is nice because they can't take this out with rebukes. Okay, we got these two. Yeah, that feels pretty good. What else? Pull 1 of 2. This feels familiar. This happens a lot. I need to pull one of them. Is it ever just... I just don't want to brick either. Okay. I think I'm gonna just leave things the way they are. Yeah.
Test out the godless non-humans!
Tis mine. I was born. I shall die in
Yes, you. Have you made your offering?
Most villainous.
If they keep purifying this, to keep it out of obviously removal range or whatever, we just take Marils. So that could be a good target for us. Actually, I'd probably just take Marils anyways. Yeah, because symbiosis, right?
Crush you at all. That one, he venerates not the fire.
Like what we over profit there. 5, we get the coin back plus the. I think it's okay. They take rebuke off that just to save that.
You are worthy neither of mercy nor forgiveness. This positively reeks of heresy.
Yeah, we'll do it this way.
Tongue could conceal the truth. The eyes never.
We gotta spend a little bit more aggressively though soon.
No mercy!
Okay.
Learn that spell in Zerrikania.
I messed up. I messed up. I messed up. I messed up. Should have clicked before the tribute. If that cost me the game, I'm gonna be so upset. But I don't know. We'll see. Okay.
Feign not ignorant. Remember to whom you speak.
Scribe. And officer. Yeah, those are bad pulls. They'll boost that, I'm sure.
Is nigh.
But wow, you know? Okay.
Remove his cowl.
7. We could play this now.
Wag your tongue to anyone else yet.
And just no tribute. Yeah, at least this way we can rotate some coin a little bit. That's fine, we'll get rid of this thing.
The flames of righteousness do not scorch the innocent.
Click that before we forget, right?
You confirm your guilt.
Okay, I'm gonna take out the freak show. I was having a hard time deciding which one, but now it's confirmed. You gotta get rid of a couple of these things. And then we'll go with one of these, yeah. Let's see, do I want to do 2 more? 2, 4, 6. Yeah. I think the idea is go Savola, and then just go the last mage.
Is all we've left.
Farseer gets a rework tomorrow.
Not afraid.
Good.
Should be.
Gourd and something. 2, 4, and 6, and we just take this. We got room for 2, don't we?
No one can stop the salamander.
We're pushing this to the limit. We can't click this either. Imagine Gezras. Actually, that could be a thing too, but they have Phyllis, so I don't think so. And isn't it just this?
Not play with fire. Life burns.
Get all the coin back, and then we just go 2, 4, 6 here. Get rid of the vitality points. Click that one, 81, 41. I don't think they could do 41 points. Yeah, we're alright. And we got Dwarves up next. We're going to be using my Nilfgaard deck, and I think that this is like the perfect setup. You know, I'm pretty sure in the initial deck guide we had some good matchups against this, because we did a lot with the resilient stuff, right? You see a couple, like we have the stuff we need. We'll put that back. Put that back, of course. And I don't want to use this, but this for this is kind of good. I just want to make sure we have the aristocrats for later. I think what I'm supposed to do... We'll put this back. Yeah, we'll put it back for now. I don't want to start thinking that way. We can obviously just like hold on to this and not play it. Yeah.
I shall not repeat Emir's mistakes.
What do you need that for? Oh. This is a meta breaker. Prism pendant.
War will be our downfall. This I have seen.
Wait, what? 8 provisions, 2 damage. Six into 9 into 8 into 6 into 5, and they're behind. I mean, in this event, we still take the lock. But I think they have caresses that they're gonna play. I guess we'll find out. Here I am thinking it's dwarves.
I could drown you in a single drop.
That's probably a clap. I think that's worth it, honestly. I wouldn't normally use the card like that, but getting rid of that is like getting rid of 10 points anyways.
Children giving parents up unto death. It is inevitable.
There's a lot of setup for nothing. I just feel that they'll bleed if I let them. Maybe I get actually something good here. Okay, it's Cowisher, right? That on adrenaline's nuts.
Track it. Easy as that.
we just take an Enchantress. Immediate value here, the 7 points. They're trying to kill this down.
Hills and the woods.
Yeah, this is a weird one. It's a lot of setup, though. I'm thinking... Vitality on that, which then puts it on, what, this? Because they're going to try and get the carryover? Yeah. And then there's 8. But it has to get the death blow. So they're going to try and take this carryover with all this vitality and try to go for like that 2-0 type thing. Well, what happens if I just poison it?
Drinking can be hazardous to your health.
We don't have to actually finish the poison. But I might, because I feel like they're going to be going and pushing it, and I feel like they probably ring a favor if they're this comfortable with the push. That's not really the best orb. I mean, it's really cool, like the value that they're getting from this, though. So this technically is 14 points, because we're getting rid of the 14, yeah. But no, we're getting more, because we're spawning one ourselves, right? Okay. If they don't play ring, we pass on their ring. I guess. Yeah. I just had a feeling. That's a bit better for tempo, yeah. You know what? I don't think that their deck's very good.
The Van Moorlehems, they truly spoil us.
It's deploy gain resilience. There's that single turn poison. I was thinking we can make a copy of it first, but we can't because it's deploy. That's Vincent. Problem is if I play Vincent, we actually waste points. I think 8 points is going to be the highest we're going to get. Honestly, I'm just going to take it, because 9, because status. And then I'll take Brathen's because it's proactive. I guess we just do that for the extra engine value for the one here. Yeah. They're done. And then whenever they... Yeah. Still be hitting, okay. So that goes. I think there's that. We'll lock that. We'll poison it out next turn. We turn the engine off. They're, yeah. I like it. That was a great game for us.